拿点木来这手术打我多了。
Islam Makhachev has just shocked the MMA community with his new training footage, where he puts his sparring partner to sleep. Meanwhile, Della Maddalena expects Islam to rely heavily on his wrestling at the start of UFC 322, predicting that the first round will feature intense grappling exchanges. He mentioned that Belal Muhammad's failure to implement his wrestling early in a
Do you expect Islam to try and strike with you, or do you think that his game plan will might try and take you down?
It's hard to expect anything, I definitely feel like he will test the feet, I think it's going to start on the feet, and we'll go from there. But yeah, I think he's going to try and mix it up. I think he's going to probably try and get on the wrestling early, I'd imagine. Looking back on the Belal fight, he probably sees that Belal's mistake was maybe not getting on the wrestling early. So yeah, I expect in the first round we'll get into some at least some grappling exchanges,
He's going to come up in weight. It's your weight class. Do you feel like that's going to slow him down a little bit?
It's hard to tell. Sometimes the weight cut will slow you down. So I expect the best Islam. I expect more filled out, stronger. I feel like it's going to be the best Islam Makhachev there's been. So yeah, I think the weight will probably be better for him,
There's another pay-per-view here next year. You win this, good chance you headline that. Does that help as well with the motivation stakes?
Honestly, not really. I'm motivated, It's a big fight, it's a big challenge.
Daniel Cormier also advised Islam to sharpen his wrestling for this matchup. He pointed out that Jack's improved takedown defense, combined with Islam's struggles taking down Dustin Poirier, makes it a key focus.
Islam Jack is going to be a great fight, especially seeing Jack defend takedowns in the way that he did. And Islam, he struggled a little to take down Dustin Poirier. He didn't take him down as easily as he had taken down other guys. So I think that for Makhachev, he needs to really lock in on getting that wrestling ready to fight a guy in Jack Della Maddalena, who showed great takedown defense. And man, this dude's got some good boxing, especially when you're in tight with him. His hands are good in close.
Jack added that he's going all in for a finish at Madison Square Garden. I'm going for it. The dream is to get the finish and blow the roof off MSG. Take out the pound-for-pound #1. Islam, meanwhile, has been training heavily in wrestling with Khabib Nurmagomedov, focusing on control, setups, and chain wrestling, emphasizing the same relentless pressure that made Khabib dominant.
I think Della is going to get it done. I feel from talking to Tim and also seeing Della, and also I've only sparred Della once, like not really hard crazy, but and I didn't try and take him down at all, but I've seen him at your gym sparring, and his scrambles are crazy.
Yeah, he's
even watching him with Belal as well, and Gilbert Burns. His scrambles are crazy, and I feel Islam would feel like he bit off more than he could chew once he gets in there with him, because when he puts some things on them, he's like, I'm standing with this guy, I have to take him down. And then he tries, gets him down, and he gets back up, or he couldn't get him down, because he's a big dude. People don't realize how big Della is as well, and he's solid. So I really
dense, man, just dense.
Dense, yeah. Like when I felt, like I said, with sparring, and then it's just the weight behind it and the way he throws it, the body banging, man. Good.
Israel Adesanya expressed confidence in Jack, noting his size, strength, and scrambles could disrupt Islam's rhythm. I think Della gets it done, Adesanya said. His scrambles are crazy, watching him with Belal and Gilbert Burns. Islam might feel he bit off more than he could chew.
I was thinking Jack Della Maddalena would lose. He got injury, and I was like almost 2 years without fight.
Yeah.
And then he come to different level, bro. He was like gonna be a board fight by points and things like that. But bro, what he did was really good work. He grew up a lot.
Yeah, but
he come a different level.
Yeah, but Islam is a different animal. If there's one thing that I could say in that fight, Islam Makhachev, he gets on top of you.
Yeah.
He's a blanket, bro. The top control that Islam has in comparison to Bilal is completely different.
Carlos Condit initially doubted Jack after 2 years out with injury, but was impressed with his return. He came back on another level, he said. But Islam's top control is on another planet. He's a blanket. Bilal can't compare.
O que você acha que ganha entre o Jack Della Maddalena e o Islam?
Maddalena, ele é jogo muito complicado, porque ele é cara que... Ele não vem pra te nocautear rápido, ele vem pra te finalizar, ele vem te magoando, né?
Aos poucos, né?
Aos poucos. É o que ele fez agora na luta contra o Bilal. Só que eu acho que o Islam vai se dar muito bem nessa categoria, né, mano? Agora vai estar muito mais forte, é jogo que, tipo, ele gosta de agarrar e botar pra baixo. Eu acho que o Jack Maddalena fazia a mesma luta que ele fez, né? Agora contra o Bilal, batendo, movimentando, saindo, machucando, é uma luta. Mas se deixar o Isla agarrar e botar pra baixo, é outro.
Charles Oliveira praised Jack as a patient, calculated striker, but warned that Islam's grappling could dictate the fight. This fight depends on Jack's movement and avoiding those takedowns, Oliveira noted.
What I love about Jack Della and what he did with Bilal is he will, you get people that are worried about the takedown, so like, and then they don't fight their fight on the feet. I'm gonna fight my fight and worry about the takedown when it's there.
Exactly.
And that's perfect. You need to be like that. For me, like with Islam, was like, I'm gonna do my thing. Yeah, I'll be worried about it, but at the same time, find the shots to go in, boom, boom, boom. But I'll worry about the takedown when they're there. But
Later
I'll
on,
still
once you
commit
realize
things.
you can handle it, then you were just like, this, I can handle it.
And the confidence Jack Della is going to have now from getting through that, even though he's going to be confident. And then there's another one when you're successful with guys that are very dominant there. When you have the success there, then all of a sudden you're like, okay, now you end up even that much better at takedown. And then he's going to do a lot. We're actually going to get a bit of training in and that as well. Like obviously he's going to do.
Over there.
Hey?
You going over there?
You'll probably come over here, or maybe we'll get we'll see. I might even go over there, whatever they want. I'm happy to do whatever.
Merab Dvalishvili called it a tough fight, but believes Islam can claim a second title, while Alexander Volkanovski highlighted Jack's confidence under wrestling pressure. What I love about Jack is he fights his fight. He's not scared of the takedown. He'll deal with it when it comes. That's what you need against Islam.
What's your prediction for JDM and
Islam
Makhachev?
I don't know. It's hard to. I don't know. I think JDM is good scrambler. He's a bigger guy. I don't know. It's hard to say.
Is Islam big enough? Is he going to be able to?
Let's see.
Leon Edwards admitted the matchup is hard to call. JDM's bigger and scrambles well. I don't know if Islam's strength will carry up to welterweight. We'll see.
Считаю, что Maddalena самый сложный соперник в ислама карьере. Это мое мнение. Ни Чарльз, никто. Ни один из этих бойцов.
И даже не Илья, если бы это бой был бы.
Ну, мое личное мнение, во-первых, Maddalena 2 раза больше, чем Илья.
Сопоставим.
Илья. Он 2 раза больше. Он выше, больше, ноги помощнее, корпус, бокс не хуже. И грэпплинг он возится очень хорошо, если вы смотрели. Ну, для меня, если я например, буду готовить Ислама против Илья или Maddalena, для меня больше будет волновать и волнует Maddalena.
Khabib Nurmagomedov called Jack possibly Islam's toughest test yet due to his size and well-rounded skills.
I don't know. I haven't seen enough of JDM. I haven't seen enough of his fights. I've seen his last 2, but I haven't seen enough. I'm still going to lean towards Islam just because I've seen him handle all issues. And he's had high levels of success in the past.
Curtis Blades hasn't seen much of Jack, but still favors Islam. I've seen Islam handle every challenge and succeed at the highest level.
You picked JDM to win. Now he's got a big challenge in his first title defense against Islam. Do you think he's got what it takes to beat an Islam Makhachev in his first defense?
People are going to say it's a wild take, but I reckon JDM smokes Islam. Shins him so bad. It's going to be so bad that the Topuria Islam thing will just be gone.
Do you think Islam's wrestling won't be a threat to JDM just because he's a lot bigger?
He's a lot bigger, and when you watch JDM, you put him on the end of mid-range, he's just going to throw. It's hard to shoot in on. He's not going to be able to just abuse his size against him either. I think Islam's in for a rude awakening.
Aljamain Sterling boldly predicted JDM smokes Islam. He's too big, too sharp. Islam won't be able to just bully him with wrestling.
I don't know. We will see, because I've heard Islam's strong as shit. Like, especially like when he's fighting 155, people like always talk about how strong he is for the weight class. So we'll see how that translates to 170.
Yeah.
You know, I hope Jack's been working his takedown defense and in the weight room. You know what I mean? Don't embarrass us, dog. Don't let this 155er come up and take the belt, bro.
Who do you give the edge to in that fight?
Man, that's so hard. But I'm gonna give the edge to Jack, man. He needs to keep the belt at 170.
Jeff Neal agreed, saying Islam's strong at 155, but we'll see if that power translates to 170. Jeff's size and takedown defense could make the difference.
I think he'd be fine, man. I think he'd be good, you know, but people be sleeping on Jack, you know what I mean? And I think Jack is one of the best fighters in the world right now, and I think people is gonna find out when that match happens. I don't know. I'm hearing rumors maybe October. I think it's gonna be a fun fight, smart fight, but a lot of people counting out Jack for I don't know what reason. They just keep counting him out. Kind of reminds me of when I was like coming up and counting me out about certain fights. So I mean, he is, you know, he's the number 2 pound for pound in the world right now, but he's the number 2 pound for pound in the world for a reason. So you gotta respect that, but you know, don't sleep on Jack. I think it's gonna be a tough and fun fight.
Max Holloway also backed Jack. People sleep on Jack. He's one of the best fighters in the world right now. It reminds me of when people used to count me out. Don't sleep on him. It's going to be a fun, tough fight.
Pretty confident stylistically with that Jack Della fight to they kind of gone out of their way to chase that fight down. So they obviously see something. I feel like it'll be close, but yeah, that's a big step up. Jack Della's a pretty big boy.
Yeah. Do you think Islam can get past him?
He's obviously got like I feel like he's got a chance, but I feel like that fight leans towards Jack Della.
Dan Hooker noted, Islam's team probably saw something in this matchup, but I feel it leans slightly toward Jack. He's a big boy.
Islam went up not out of courage. Islam did not go up out of adding hardware to put on his mantle. He went up with one condition, which is I don't have to fight Belal Muhammad. Now, he can sit around and say, I could beat Belal, and I wouldn't go up and beat Belal because I can beat Belal. The bottom line is you entered a division openly that you said you wouldn't face one of the top guys. That's not a sign of courage. That's a sign of cowardice. I don't love the idea. You have an undefeated. Make sure you understand what happened. I know this is your friend, DC. I think of Islam as my friend, too. But let's think of what happened. You have an undefeated, #1 ranked world champion who's chasing you down. He is willing to leave his division behind. He's willing to walk away from his belt to chase you down. You are so interested in getting away from this guy that you not only leave your belt, you leave your division, and the whole thing is only contingent that you don't have to fight Islam. Not for nothing. This is not the way champions conduct themselves.
Chael Sonnen criticized Islam for vacating his lightweight title to move up, suggesting it was to avoid Ilia Topuria. Cormier countered, defending Islam's move as ambition, not avoidance.
I think Islam, he's been a really tough fight and incredible technique for the last all his career, no? And I believe he still can get it. But as I said, it's a new division, new body type, new power, everything. He's moving up. It's a big testing for him, but I believe he can do good too.
Johnny Walker said, Islam's technique is incredible, but at 170, he's facing bigger, stronger fighters. Still, I think he can do well.
At Islam relinquish his belt and go up to 170. Got JDM taking on Islam Makhachev.
I still think Islam's skill for skill is just so high level. For him to go out there and do what he did against Belal was very impressive, made that Islam fight more interesting. If JDM can shut him down and throw those hands, but Islam's boxing is underrated. That dude is slick. His kickboxing, his timing, like he's a high level black belt in every aspect of MMA.
Big booth.
We'll give him that. Jack versus Islam, I think, is huge. Not as big as 𝐒𝐬𝐤𝐬 versus Islam, but who knows? Maybe they both win and Islam comes back down to 55 and the fight's even bigger.
Sean O'Malley called it a high-level fight. Skill for skill, Islam's elite. But if Jack can defend takedowns and land his shots, he can change the fight.
And who do you think's going to win in the fight between Jack Della and Islam?
It's a good fight, but a tough fight. I go a little bit more on Islam.
𝐊𝐳𝐤𝐽𝐻 described it as a tough one, leaning slightly toward Islam but acknowledging Jack's danger if it stays standing.
Who do you think wins, Jack or Islam?
It's such a tough one to talk about. Islam is phenomenal. He's good everywhere. Size matters. When you're talking about an extra 15 pounds, when you look at the size of Volkanovski versus Jack Della Maddalena, there's a big size discrepancy. And Volk gave him a good fight. And then Dustin Poirier, it wasn't absolutely completely dominant by Islam. It was a tough fight. Size is going to play a huge part. Even on the ground, I feel like Jack could get it done with just some clean boxing and good takedown defense. But I can absolutely see Islam coming in and doing what Islam does and going out there and just looks like the phenomenal mixed martial artist.
Ian Gary said, size matters here. Islam's phenomenal, but Jack's clean boxing and takedown defense could win it for him.
Islam is working very hard. He's been saying vocal that he wants to go up to 170. I think he's a big boy. He killed himself to make 55. I think that's the right division for Islam. He just tweeted something after the fight that he will not vacate the title, and then he vacated the title. I don't know, but probably that was in the negotiation. Yeah, I like him moving up. I proven himself. He's #1 pound for pound right now. It's a good fight. Jack and Islam closer than people think, especially with Jack Della Maddalena doing a lot of training with Volk, with Craig Jones, those guys that kind of back the Islam on that first Volk fight. I think they're gonna have a lot of info, a lot of study, a lot of answers. It's closer than people think, this fight. I really like this fight. I don't have time right now. I didn't have time to dig deep a little too much in that fight, but I think it's way closer than people think. And JDM has a clear shot.
Gilbert Burns believes 170 suits Islam better. He killed himself making 155. This is his real weight. But with Jack training alongside Volk and Craig Jones, it's going to be close, closer than people think.
I thought he was very, very impressive. You know, it would be awesome to see Makhachev move up and fight him. You know, I did see that Makhachev said he's not gonna relinquish his lightweight belt. So I don't know how that's gonna fly with the UFC, because I think they're putting a stop on double champs now, aren't they? But it would be a fight I would love to see. You know, that's probably one of the best super fights you could make right now, aside from, you know, obviously John Jones against Tom Aspinall, which is the blockbuster.
Dan Hardy called it one of the sport's biggest super fights, second only to John Jones versus Tom Aspinall. He questioned if Islam could hold both belts, but said if Islam wins at welterweight, that cements his legacy. He's already...
I think Della Maddalena's got a bright future. I don't know whether he's going to hold the belt or, you know, he's going to lose it to another one of the top contenders and then pick it back up again. I don't think he's going to lose it to Makhachev, though. I think Makhachev holds the lightweight belt against anybody in the world, you know, on any day, you know, including 𝐒𝐤𝐤𝐬𝐤 Topuria. I don't think if he moved up, he would have much success against Makhachev.
Yoel Romero called it 50-50, acknowledging Islam's wrestling, but warning about Jack's knockout power and natural size advantage. Jack's big for 170. He hits hard, and that could be the difference.
If Islam goes up to welterweight and wins that second belt, what do you think that does for him in terms of his legacy? Surely that just puts him on the Mount Rushmore, right, of MMA?
Yeah, for me, he's pound for pound best right now anyway, in my mind. It would be very, very impressive. You know, he is the kind of fighter that can definitely make that transition. And honestly, I do feel like the welterweight division is open right now for someone to come in and you know, cause an upset. There's been times in the past where it would have been harder for someone to come up from another weight class and do that, but now seems like it's primed. It's a little bit unsettled. The belt's kind of moving around a bit.
And finally, Sterling reiterated, JDM's size, range, and mid-range striking make him a nightmare for Islam. If Islam loses badly, that ends the talk of a Topuria fight.
What about Islam Makhachev versus Della Maddalena, who is a new champion in welterweight division?
It's hard. It's hard because Maddalena have a very good cardio, very good puncher. Yeah. It's not bad wrestling too. It's not bad wrestling. It's a 50-50.
50-50, but Jack has not that high takedown defense. You know.
But puncher. They have a very hard punches.
And he will be more powerful than Islam, right? Or
that's exactly
because of the weight difference, right?
Yes.
Or Islam is too big for.
No. That guy Maddalena is big. For 170, he's big.
You picked JDM to win. Now he's got a big challenge in his first title defense against Islam. Do you think he's got what it takes to beat an Islam Makhachev in his first defense?
People are going to say it's a wild take, but I reckon JDM smokes Islam. Shins him so bad. It's going to be so bad that the Topuria Islam thing will just be gone.
So you think Islam's wrestling won't be a threat to JDM just because he's a lot bigger?
He's a lot bigger, and like when you watch JDM, like you put him on the end of mid-range, he's just gonna throw. It's hard to like shoot in on. He's not gonna be able to just abuse his size against him either. I think Islam's in for a rude awakening.
That's it for today's video. What do you think of this matchup? Share your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video.